Welcome to the Neuropsych PA. I'm Sheena, a neurology and psychiatric PA, turning complex science into practical knowledge for you. Today's video is called How Antidepressants Work in the Brain. Whether you're a student learning the basics or a clinician looking for a neuro refresher, this is for you. So how do antidepressants work? They have a number of uses today beyond treating depression. Whether they're used for depression, anxiety, anger, or something else, it is the mechanism of action that's important. When we understand what they actually do, we can then understand why they are prescribed for any given condition. To understand the past and current theories, we need to understand the monoamines, serotonin, norepinephrine, and dopamine. Monoamines are a group of important brain chemicals that help nerve cells communicate with each other. They include serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, which affect mood, energy, attention, and emotions. They're called monoamines because they all share a similar chemical structure, one amino group connected to an aromatic ring. Think of monoamines as mood-related brain messengers because they send signals or messages to other neurons. They are also called neurotransmitters. The original theory was that depression is caused by a chemical imbalance, such as a lack of serotonin or norepinephrine, for example. This is the monoamine hypothesis, and it helped launch antidepressant drug development. But now we know it's more complicated than that. The monoamine hypothesis suggests chemical imbalances, such as too little serotonin, causes depression. Antidepressants tend to increase neurotransmitter levels very quickly, within a few days. However, anyone who has taken an antidepressant can tell you it takes 6 to 8 weeks or sometimes more to actually feel better. This discrepancy raises some concerns about the monoamine hypothesis. A newer theory suggests that the real effect of antidepressants may come from an increase in something called neuroplasticity. This means the brain is making changes in how cells and circuits communicate, and even growth of new neurons in the brain. Plasticity also implies that those changes can change, being molded and shaped according to the brain's needs. Yes, monoamine levels matter, but giving serotonin alone doesn't instantly fix depression. Instead, antidepressants affect how neural circuits work over time. They promote neuroplasticity and change how neurons connect and fire. This is why the full effect takes weeks, even though the drugs alter neurotransmitters within hours. Antidepressants gradually desensitize autoreceptors, or in other words, make them less likely to stop releasing a neurotransmitter when a certain level is detected. Think of that autoreceptor as an automatic shutoff valve. It tells the neuron, we have enough, turn off the pump. The antidepressant can increase the threshold for that shutoff, essentially telling the cell to keep on releasing the neurotransmitter. One of the most interesting theories on how antidepressants work has to do with BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as Miracle-Gro. BDNF leads to more neuron growth, strengthening of connections between neurons, and shaping and molding those brain circuits that are influenced by neurotransmitters. Antidepressants have been shown to result in higher levels of BDNF in the brain. An important effect of this is neurogenesis, or making new neurons, particularly in the hippocampus. Why we care about neurogenesis, or the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus, has to do with its function. While other brain regions impact our mood, the hippocampus is a key brain region for mood regulation and memory. The end result is better mood stability and improved cognitive flexibility. Cognitive flexibility refers to the mental ability to adapt one's thinking and behavior in response to changing situations or new information. It involves being able to switch between different concepts or think about multiple perspectives and adjust one's approach when facing obstacles or novel challenges. While we know antidepressants are effective due to their effects on neurotransmitters, circuits, BDNF, and neurogenesis, we also know that they are not a cure for everyone. Research continues to look at what else could be done to improve our patient's condition. The focus on neuroplasticity continues to expand as a target for treatments. Newer research looks beyond serotonin and the monoamines. Ketamine and S-ketamine modulate glutamate signaling via NMDA antagonism, acting rapidly on synaptic plasticity. This is all more complex and deserves its own video. And then we have psychedelics like psilocybin, mostly in research right now, but they are showing some promise by disrupting some rigid neural pathways and increasing openness to cognitive change. As I mentioned, there is much for us to discuss in the future regarding the specifics of these newer treatments and how they work. But the point here is that the field is shifting towards targeting networks and neuroplasticity, not just neurotransmitter levels. What you should take away. Now, whether you're studying or prescribing or here to understand your own prescription, here are some key points. Antidepressants do work through neurotransmitters, but their real effect is circuit level remodeling. The clinical delay is not failure, it's neuroplasticity in action. Treatment is both art and science. Consider side effect profiles, patient history, and individual response when medication is chosen. Future treatment combinations may include several very different treatment targets, focusing on neuroplasticity and neurocircuit remodeling rather than immediate neurotransmitter changes. That's all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. For more neurology, psychiatry, and the brain, hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you'd like me to cover next.